So Devin Haney shall be fighting on October 3rd, right? Who will it be against? Let's hope it ain't against the man Javier. It ain't against the man Yuriokis Gamboa. I think that the man Devin Haney should fight Javier Fortuna. That was a fight that was supposed to happen before the COVID hit. Okay, or was it supposed to happen? Yeah, I mean, Devin Haney hasn't been in the ring in 11 months. Okay, 24 and 0, 15 KOs, and he's 21 years old. He was supposed to fight Javier Fortuna. He had to pull out with the injury, and then it was supposed to be Luke Campbell versus Javier Fortuna, a fight that I'd bought my tickets for at the MGM National Harbor, but it got canceled because of COVID, you know what I mean? So Javier Fortuna was supposed to be fighting Jorge Linares at the end of, was it this month, August, or early September? But that fight has been postponed or canceled because the man, what's his name, Jorge Linares caught the COVID, you know what I mean? So I think Javier Fortuna, now that he has no opponent, I think he should be trying to get himself an opportunity to win that WBC lightweight title against Devin Haney. Yeah, excuse me. The man Javier Fortuna's, what's his record? 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 24 KOs, you know? The boxing casual fan might know the man Yuriokis Gamboa more than they do know the man Javier Fortuna, but Gamboa is 38 years old, you know what I'm saying? You know, the man just came off for tearing his Achilles tendon and still went 12 rounds. Although got stopped in the 12th by Tank Davis, he still went 12 rounds with the guy, you know what I mean? You know? But Gamboa has fought, you know, the Tank Davises, Bud Crawfords. He's been on TV much longer than the man and Fortuna, you know what I mean? You know, the man Fortuna has a loss when he got stopped in the 11th round in China by the man Jason Sosa. And Jason Sosa was the guy that Gamboa beat as well, you know what I'm saying? So those are common opponents, but ideally, man, we want to see Fortuna versus Devin Haney, you know what I mean? You check it, Fortuna, he lost to Robert Easter. That was a fight that I thought he won or it was a draw. You know, he had that dubious fight where he jumped out the ring versus Granados. That was a crazy fight, you know what I mean? I'm going to read some quotes from the man Eddie Hearn, who is Devin Haney's promoter. He said, quote, he's fighting on October 3rd in the U.S. We're talking about Gamboa and Fortuna. He fell out of a fight with Linares, so he's an option as well. One of those guys is most likely for Devin Haney for October 3rd. Devin Haney is in the position where he wants the big fights and the big tests. He's coming off a year layoff with the shoulder operation, so normally he would take an easier fight, but that doesn't exist right now. He's got his head around that, and he said, do you know what? Give me a real fight, and Fortuna and Gamboa are a real fight for Devin. So we'll have to see, end quote. So at least Eddie Hearn's doing his due diligence, putting in his work, and trying to make at least a Fortuna fight happen. You know what I'm saying? The only reason the Gamboa fight is even up on the table is because they just want to gauge to see how well Devin Haney will do against Gamboa compared to how Tank Davis did, you know what I'm saying? You check it, so I'd rather see the Gamboa versus Devin Haney versus Fortuna, you know what I mean? You check it. I'm not interested in seeing Gamboa. Nothing against Gamboa, you know. Gamboa's fought the Orlando Salidos, Roman Rocky Martinez, Ponce de Leons. You know, these were all at the featherweights. Terrence Crawford at 135. Fortuna's best opponent's been, you know, Jason Sosa, Sharif Bulgare, Robert Easter Jr., Brian Vasquez, what's this guy's name? Jesus Cuellar. Yeah, I mean Jason Sosa, of course. Absolutely, I mean. But who has a better chance of beating Devin Haney right now? I would have to say it's the man Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney. I'm sorry, Javier Fortuna. You know, Gamboa is 38 years old, man. You know, Gamboa was at his best. Guess when? 2011, man. 2010. 2012. We're in 2020 now, man. He's way past it. Should he deserve a title shot? Absolutely, if he gets back in position. But he just came off a loss in the world title fight. So that's what we want right now. Devin Haney versus Fortuna. Make that shit happen, Eddie Hearn. That's what we want to see. You know what I mean? We don't want to see Devin Haney fight at 21 years old, fighting a guy who's 38 years old, coming off a loss and coming off of tearing his Achilles tendon. That's what we don't want to see. Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about this fight. Who do y'all want to see? Who do y'all want to see? Devin Haney versus Gamboa or Devin Haney versus Fortuna? I'm gone.